Great.
Great. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jamila Sampson, and I'm a natural hair care expert. I am a master loctician, and I've been a licensed cosmetologist for about 17 years now, specifically in the natural hair care industry. My focus tonight is to talk about natural hair care at home. And I want to show you what to do with the stuff that you already have. Now, the natural hair care movement probably started about 20 years ago, where we began to see it as a trend. Of course, everybody thought it was a fad then because they associated natural hair with Pan-Africanism or being radical, pro-Black, and only a few people were doing it at the beginning. And there were very few products available. They were also more focused on Afrocentric hairstyling versus all of the versatility and natural textures that we see now. Now we have products everywhere. We're inundated with natural hair care products. So what we want to talk about now is how to find the right product. What do you do with all of this stuff? Which one do you pick? So I'm sure that through the years, you've had trial and error with, picking this thing up. Someone recommended you one product, so you go buy it. Someone uses a product at the salon, so you go buy that product. Then you see this awesome YouTube video, you buy everything on the Amazon link beneath the video, so your cabinet ends up being full and you have a mountain of products and you still don't know how to achieve the look that you initially wanted when you purchased it. So that's where I come in as the professional, and we can talk about what you already have. Even if you want to take a minute, go grab your stuff, grab your basket, grab your bin, and we can look at it together. I brought mine, so I just have a pile of all the things that I have here at home. And we'll begin talking about that. So I'm going to show you all my collection. So if you grab all your products, then I will show you the ones that I have. So we are talking about all of the products that you've already collected in your natural hair care journey and what to do with this stuff. This is all under my bathroom cabinet. All different, samples. You go to hair stores, you go to the hair show, and people give you samples and sample bags, and you get goodie bags when you go to events, and you collect all of these things, but what do you do with it? Especially in times like these where salon visits aren't available or you don't feel comfortable going back in. So this is what's in my cabinet. And this is most. There were still quite a few items in the bathroom. But this is giving you, an idea of what I have. Okay,
it's quite the collection.
Oh yeah. This is decreased through the years when as I've begun to get a little more selective about what I have in the house. So let's talk about how you figure out what to do and how to decide how to use each product. So one of the first things we want to talk about is figuring this out. Now, one of the most important things is knowing what you're working with. What kind of hair do you have? Is it a problem? Is it something going on with the hair that Is there something going on where you need to solve a problem? Is your hair dry? Is it breaking? Is it, is there a problem that you're trying to solve? Or are you just trying to get a certain look or hairstyle? So the initial things that you need to consider is, the type of hair that you have, and hair typing. The numbering system has become popular in recent years. I'm familiar with it. It's not completely true, but we can visit that a little bit. So another thing you need to consider is your lifestyle. Do you work out all the time? Do you itch? Do you sweat on your scalp when you go to sleep? Your personal physiology, are you allergic to anything? And do you hate, some people really hate certain scents and smells. You may love how a product works, but it smells like flowers and you're not a floral person. So these are all things that you want to take into consideration. So the other thing that you need to know, which is the most important thing, which we're talking about today, is the functionality of each product. So you can have all these products, but if you don't know how to use them, then, what's the purpose? So now what we want to talk about is organizing the products by category. So I want to show you this other document which has the categories. So these are categorized by function. So not necessarily by brand or by hair type, but by what it does to your hair. So if you know what a product does on your hair, then you know how to use it. So you may have something that says, deep conditioning cream, but you can use it for another purpose as well, because it's a conditioner. So if you need a leave-in conditioner and you run out of, your leave-in, you can just use a regular conditioner, but use it in a smaller quantity.
Jamila, can you share the slides when we finish, or if you have a document, you can share the slides?
Sure, I can.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'll share the slide presentation when we're done too. So the categories are pre-treatment, and I just put some examples there. Oils, a scalp detox, a medication that you may have gotten some treatment from your doctor that you put on before your shampoo. Secondly, shampoos. And shampoos, the main purpose of a shampoo is to cleanse the hair, but it can also do other functions. The third category is conditioner. A conditioner mainly softens the hair, it detangles the hair, it'll moisturize, strengthen, and repair. It can do all of these or one of these functions, but you would apply the conditioner after shampoo. Next category is leave-in conditioners, and leave-in prepare the hair for style, or they protect it from any, potential damage. Next, we have a styling aid, which is something that assists in your styling. So it either helps you achieve the style, or it fixates the style so that your hair will hold the style. So a styling aid either assists in styling or it fixates the style. Last, we have a finisher, which is your final touch. So it's your sheen, your spray, your butters, your serums for shine. So things like that are finishers. Each of these can have more than one functionality, but if you use these basic categories, you can figure out what to do with whatever you have in your cabinet. So now what I want to show you is what I have. So I'm going to pick up each item and we'll look at it, and I can tell you what it says and then which category I'm going to put it in. So I'm going to start out with, just a pile of products, but then I'm going to break them up into the categories. So I'm going to break it up into a pre-treatment, a shampoo, conditioner, leave-in, styling aid, or finisher. So I'm going to put them in those 6 categories. I should have made some nice little cards. You know how they have those place marker cards? But, you know, I'll talk about each one as we're moving along. So I'm just going to flip my camera around here. And so we'll start here on the left. So this is, it says lemon cake. Where is the camera on this thing? Okay. Lemon cake hair butter. So this is like a shea butter cream. So out of these categories, which would you say it is? So I would put that. So a lemon cake hair butter. So the category I'm going to put this in is a finisher.
Now tell us the categories one more time. Can you just run through them quickly? And I can type them out.
Pre-treatment, shampoo, conditioner, leave-in, styling aid, finisher. So I go through them again.
No.
You got them?
Yep. Yeah, so we got pre-treatment, shampoo, conditioner, leave-in, styling aid, finisher. Okay, now when you ask us which category, we can see the categories.
Okay. So this is a lemon cake hair butter. So can I get some feedback? Which category would you put this in?
And I would have called that we got a finisher on here. That's one of our responses.
Yeah. So that's the category I will put it in, as a finisher. So I'm just going to start with the main function first, and then we can talk about dual function products after that. Now I have some samples that I got, and this one says twist cream. So that's going to go in my styling aid category. So this is something I would use for styling. Next, taming. It actually says leave-in conditioner.
That's cheating.
Cheating, right? So here's another one. It actually says leave-in conditioner.
All right.
That's easy. So that's number 4. Then we have edge tamer. That's going to go into my finisher category. Edge control, finisher. This is a lock gel. That's going to be a styling aid for me. It could be styling aid or finisher, but styling aid. This is
That's for everything.
Yep. So this one's a cheat. It can go in any category. I'm going to put it in pre-treatment category for our discussion because I don't know if I have any other pre-treatments up here. So that's a pre-treatment. This says shampoo. Okay.
All right.
So here's another shampoo. I'm going to bunch the shampoos all together. The other category that I haven't put anything in yet is conditioner. And this is just one that you know how you get those little samples at the hotel? I keep them for emergencies. So, and this is a shine serum. See how it's a clear? And I'd consider that a finisher. So here's another shine serum. That's a finisher. This is conditioner. This is Ooh, it says no lather cleanser. So that's a shampoo.
All right.
This is says comb out conditioner. Remember this stuff? Stay soft.
Oh, the Stay Soft Bro.
Yes. So that's going to be I'd consider that a leave-in. That's when I would use it after shampoo and conditioning. This one is a shampoo. This is another conditioner. Conditioner. And this says Silker. So this is like a shine serum. That's going to be in the finisher. And now we have all of these. What would you all call this one?
You can put your answers in chat.
Out of which category?
So our categories are pre-treatment, shampoo, conditioner, leave-in, or styling aid. If the product is, okay, there we go. Styling aid.
And this one says Lock and Shine. It's like a clear spray. What do you all think of this one?
So is that a pre-treatment, shampoo, conditioner, leave-in, styling aid, or finisher? Oh, we got lots of finishers.
Yep, a finisher. This one's conditioner. And when I'm saying just conditioner with no other description, that's a conditioner that you will put in after you shampoo and rinse out. Here we go with a curl defining gelée. Which category?
Let's see. I got some finishers coming in.
Yep. So that one's a styling aid.
Got a couple of styling aids that came in. Yep.
Yep. And so now I'm quizzing you because what happens is if you have products like this and then you use them in the wrong order, you could ruin all of the work. You could just spend an hour and a half. And then if you put a styling aid on your hair at the end, you could actually destroy all the work that you did the last hour. So we want to know when to use things. Now this is a little bit tricky. It says cleansing conditioner. So this is kind of a new category that we've come up with in the natural hair world called co-wash, which is a conditioner. You're using a conditioner to wash, quote unquote, your hair. So it's not exactly washing it. It's not the same, but it does, have a cleansing effect. If you put conditioner on your hair and then rinse it off, it's going to remove some of the dirt and build up, not as thoroughly as a regular shampoo, but a cleansing conditioner or co-wash will do that. So I'm still.
How do you know if it's if it says cleansing conditioner, how do you know if it is a shampoo, a moisturizing shampoo versus a conditioner that they just label cleansing conditioner? Like, is there a way to know the difference?
Usually it'll say shampoo. That means it's going to have more detergent in it than a cleansing conditioner. Gotcha. So a cleansing conditioner could just be a conditioner and they put a label on it, added some water to it, and have repackaged it.
Okay.
So and that's the way it was used originally, where it was just a conditioner and you used it in place of a shampoo. So this is also a shampoo, but it says cleansing. And that's one of the key words we want to use. So there are types of shampoos, which I'll break down now that I have almost everything. I think I have about 3 more items. This one says flaxseed gel. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the styling aid category. This is coconut water refresher. So this one's kind of tricky. This could be either a styling aid or a leave-in. So it just depends on how you look at it. Since it's kind of in the place, I would put it in the leave-in category, because if you're going to refresh your hair, that means like you put products in it already if this is day 2 or day 3 and you want to reactivate the products. So this would be at the step where you put in leave-in conditioner and then move on to either add a little more styling product, or it's going to reactivate the product that's already in your hair. So now, lastly, I have a couple of items that I got. I have rosemary and black castor oil. So this can be used either as a pre-treatment or as a leave-in. I'm gonna put that one in the leave-in category because I like castor oil mixed with products. And this again, co-wash, deep conditioner, co-wash. So that means you could either do a shampoo and then leave this in for an extended amount of time as a deep conditioner, or you can put it in and rinse it back out and then it's a co-wash. So you can use it, it's a dual function. I got a couple of those. That's actually one of my favorite things. So now I want to talk about the types of shampoo. Now in my shampoo, I have, this one says cleansing. So this is, generally going to be a clarifier. So there are 2 basic types of shampoos. I say there's a clarifying shampoo, which is one that strips off all the products, gets your hair nice and squeaky clean. And then the next type of shampoo is a treatment shampoo. So treatment is a really broad category. So treatment could be moisturizing, it could be strengthening, it could be vitamin packed, it could be restorative, it could be moisturizing, all of those. Anytime there is a qualifier for the shampoo that is not clarifying, basically it's considered a treatment shampoo. So treatment is a broad category. So like this says cleansing conditioner, I would consider this a conditioning shampoo. So a conditioning shampoo is going to soften the hair and detangle it. So normally each time I shampoo my hair or shampoo my clients, I do a minimum of 2 shampoos. The only time there's an exception is if a person has an extremely dry, itchy scalp, or if they shampoo their hair, every few days or once a week, then you can use 1 shampoo. So this says like luxury moisturizing. So that's going to be a treatment shampoo. All of these other ones say moisturizing, like it says, moisturizing, detangling, a treatment shampoo. So my treatment shampoo is shampoo number 2. So shampoo number 1, I would use a clarifying shampoo. So like this one says cleansing. These are usually clear, not always. Sometimes they're white, but I would use a clarifying shampoo first. So I'd use a clarifying shampoo and then a treatment shampoo. So this would be shampoo 1, clarifying, and then shampoo 2 would be all of those. So if you have samples, you can like put them all in one bag together so that you know that these are shampoo 2. This could be, clarifying, shampoo 1, all of these other ones, shampoo 2. They say moisturizing, detangling, luxury, curl enhancing. All of those words mean shampoo 2. They are the shampoo that you use after you strip all of the products. The problem is if you go straight in with this treatment shampoo, that's how you end up with buildup or when your hair begins to look dull. So you want to take everything off first with the clarifying shampoo and then go in with your treatment shampoo. And then you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. You'll get better results and a better response from the product. So oftentimes, if I am dealing with itching or flaking, the first step I'll do is to put oil on the scalp and let it sit. So this is considered a pre-treatment. Are there any other pre-treatments that you all have used? There are a lot of home remedies, like kitchen items that you can use that are great pre-treatments. Has anybody tried something else for a pre-shampoo treatment?
So you all can just put your answers in the chat as far as whatever treatments you all use prior to shampooing.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually don't do, we have coconut oil.
Okay. So coconut oil. That work, was that used for dryness, or what was the intention of using it as a pre-treatment? Just for moisture? Yeah, tea tree oil, rosemary oil for dry. Okay, so the coconut oils for dry scalp. I've never used it that way, thank you. But I've used apple cider vinegar, usually diluted. That's for flaking and itching, or scalp conditions, chronic scalp conditions like eczema or seborrheic dermatitis, where people have repeated flaking. A lot of times I would pre-treat with a diluted apple cider vinegar and let that sit. And then I would go in with my cleansing shampoo. Number one, that should remove all of the smell. And then two, then we'll go in with our moisturizer second. So shampoo 2. So pre-treat, shampoo 1, cleanser, shampoo 2, moisturize, enhance, all of that. And even if you have a medicated shampoo from your dermatologist, like if you have an anti-itch shampoo, then that will be considered your shampoo 1, because those are all very, very strong. They're going to strip all the oil out. They're going to dry out.
What about using a co-wash moisturizing shampoo as your pre-treatment, or a co-wash?
Well, I use co-wash. It's kind of less as a scalp pre-treatment, but I use co-wash as a detangler. So if you come out of braids, or you had a twist out, and you know how when it's really super defined and your strands are all separated and your curls are springy, but you can't get a comb through it. So versus wetting that hair, I would apply the co-wash and let that sit a few minutes, and then either pull it apart with my like this is a co-wash, it's usually creamy. I will pull it apart with my fingers, or I will use a large wide tooth comb like a detangler. So yeah, so co-wash is great as a pre-treatment because it'll soften the hair and it'll help detangle it before you go on with your shampoo, before you wet it. And it's key if you're coming out of braids or any extended protective style to comb your hair out before you shampoo it. So you would take a wide tooth comb and comb it out. That's just to get rid of all the hair that shed. Normally hair sheds 40 to 100 strands per day that separate from your scalp. And if you never comb that out, that's what tangles around your hair but when you shampoo it. So when you wet the hair, all your strands curl up and they wrap around each other. So that's where a lot of the tangling comes in. So if you comb it out beforehand, you can save yourself some headache. And co-wash is great for that, for detangling.
Okay, Kayla, who's watching on us on Facebook, says she does the same thing.
Lovely. Yeah. So next we're going to talk about these conditioners. So this one says mega rich, has biotin, vitamin C, smooth, nourished, manageable hair. So we know that that's going to, when you see the word smooth, it has detanglers in it, right? This one is generic. This says normalizing conditioner. So I'm not going to expect a lot from a Neutrogena normalizing conditioner. So this would not necessarily, I would probably use this as a co-wash and then follow it up with a richer conditioner. But I would, like I said, I wouldn't throw it away. I would just keep it just in case, because you might need it to detangle your hair at some point. And any conditioner that says daily, like this says a daily cream conditioner, this is going to be lightweight or thin. So it's going to be a thin conditioner. So if you don't like a lot of product on your hair, you might want to get something that says daily conditioner, because it's going to be, it'll have moisturizers in it, but it won't leave a lot of weight or buildup on your hair. So that's good to know if you don't like a lot of product in your hair. That's also good if in the event that you want to blow dry your own hair at home and stretch it or possibly straighten it, then you would want a lighter weight conditioner in most cases, so that your hair rinses clean and that so you don't get smoke when you blow dry. Now this is a richer conditioner. Like this is the almond avocado conditioner from Design Essentials, which I love. It moisturizes and detangles it, but it has a little bit of weight and girth to it. I don't know if I'm trying to shake it down and see. I don't think you can see how thick it is, but see, when I turn it upside down, it is not, it's not moving.
Yeah.
So it's really, really rich. This is good for more stationary, stable style. So if you're doing a natural style and you're doing a twist out or something with texture, it's good. It may be a little heavy if you're trying to blow it out and straighten it. Just because it's so rich, it's really there for moisture, and anything, you know, avocado oil is really rich too. And that's gonna coat the hair a little bit, which is not bad. It's just, now a conditioner that's good. I saw from Elizabeth, what conditioner is good for oily hair? Usually a very lightweight one. So like I was saying, this one says a daily cream conditioner. One that I don't have here is the Design Essentials has a platinum collection. And there's one that's for fine hair. So a lot of times if you have really oily hair, you can use products for fine hair because they're going to be lightweight so that they don't weigh your hair down. Usually if your hair is oily, that just means it generates its own oil quickly. And you're going to want to shampoo your hair more often. Elizabeth, do you wear your hair straight, or is it, or are you wearing like natural texture styles? Straight. Okay, so if you're gonna wear your hair straight, what you want to do is try not to lay down your hair on your scalp. So that can actually be fixed. You know, if you sleep, don't wrap your hair. If you wrap your hair, it's going to kind of seal the moisture in, and it's going to let that oil from your scalp slide all the way down your strand. So instead of wrapping it, you might want to do like loose pin curls, or put it up in a loose ponytail on top of your head. So I'm going to, let me flip my camera back around so I can show you what I'm talking about. So if your hair is straight, then at night, don't wrap it. Wrapping it is going to let all the oils from your scalp slide right down your hair shaft. So that's going to hold moisture into your hair, and it's going to make it straighter and straighter and flat. So what I would do is at night, I would pineapple your hair, but loose pineapple. Try not to have anything tight to your scalp. Loose pineapple so that there's some air in here. And depending on the length, you can take that top ponytail and just roll it into one single pin curl in the top of your head. Wrap a tie around here. You can leave it open. You know, if you're not a really wild sleeper, you can just tie it around the side so the top is open. Or you can put a bonnet over all of it, but make sure that it's loose so that there's air coming through here and that the curl isn't wrapped onto your scalp. So that's going to prevent the oil from collecting on your hair, and it'll make it last longer between shampoos. So, you know, of course, if you are a sweater on top of that, you're just going to need to shampoo more often. So shampoo once a week. Another thing you can do is put your hair in like loose twist. You know, maybe 3 or 4 just big twists. And then pin those loosely. You still want the air at your scalp, and just pin it loosely, or just, you know, pile them up on top of your head and then put a bonnet over it. So you want to create some distance between the length of your hair and your scalp if you have oily hair. So again, we want to use lightweight products. Any products that you see for fine hair, then that will work.
And that's specifically tips for oily hair.
For oily hair, yes, especially if it's straight. I'm saying oily, particularly if it's straight, because
okay.
Then travel down the shaft. If you have oily hair and you have, you know, locks, or you're wearing twists, you would just shampoo your hair, and then you would use a mousse, a liquid styling aid versus something with oil in it, since your hair is going to make its own oil. So next we want to talk about some of the leave-in conditioners. And what I have here, I don't even have I usually use a leave-in spray conditioner. See if this is a little bit better. No, it was better this way. I usually leave a leave-in spray. So I really like Design Essentials. They have one, they've changed the name, but it was known as HCO. It's in a gray bottle, gray spray bottle like this. And I can't remember, I think it's bamboo and something leave-in conditioner. But that spray is a great detangler. It's good as a base before you do any other styling. So whether you're gonna wear your hair straight, whether you're gonna blow it out or do a natural style, it's great for detangling, and it doesn't leave a lot on your hair. a lot of buildup. So this one is also one of my favorites. This one's called Quickly and Coconut. This is a leave-in conditioner, and it's a lotion. So that I usually use a lotion foundation under Texture Styles. So that's one kind of leave-in. We talked a little bit about this second day spray. So a refresher, a curl refresher.
We have a question on Facebook too. It says, well, thank you. It says you both have beautiful locks. What do you use on your locks more specifically for itching?
I use this oil that I make, actually.
Me too.
So this is Ogo. It's organic growth oil, and by organic meaning I actually use organic ingredients. And it was created for my clients who had very sensitive scalps because it doesn't have any nut oils in it. And I had several clients who had nut allergies. So I create this to be a product that can be used on almost anyone. I use it as a pre-treatment before I shampoo if I'm itching. I use it throughout the week. I probably use it maybe every 2 to 3 days, and I'll just apply it to my scalp every couple of days to stop itching. If it feels itchy, I put a little oil on it and rub it in. And so that's usually what I use for itching. There are other, if it's something that happens even when your scalp is dry, because this is definitely gonna, this is gonna bring the moisture. So, it'll feel oily at first, but it's gonna absorb in. So that'll work well just to stop itching. Another thing, you may just need to shampoo more often. Yeah. So depending on how often you shampoo, you may need to, I shampoo my hair every, probably about every 10 days. And that's just because my scalp has always been kind of itchy. So it works better for me. So I just shampoo it and, go about my business. So I shampoo it each time, apply my oil, I put in my leave-in conditioner. These are the steps I take every time I shampoo my locks. So that's going to have your locks looking, full and healthy and have a nice sheen on them. So these are styling products. Now, the thing is about styling products is you have to start, like this says, twist cream. These are clear gels. This is a thick gel. This is what, I twist my locks with most of the time. This is a thick gel. It's like an edge control texture. So it's a castor oil base for that one. And then this is a clear gel. So if you already know what style you want, then that's going to determine which product you use. So what I'd like to do now is if there are some styles that, you want to know how to achieve this style, then I can actually tell you which product to use. I also individual, product consultations or even digital appointments where I can walk you through the style. I can literally say, okay, comb this section out, and we can do the style together since, I'm not in the salon right now, and I can actually help you do the style. So another one, the other category I have is finishers. So I know we are in like the world of edge control, right? So for me, I consider edge control a finisher because I usually start styles from the back to the front. And so when I finally get to the edges, I would finish them off with, just laying the edges down. So that would probably be the thing that I do nearly last, before I will put someone under the dryer. Or if I'm just running out to do something, that might be the only thing that I do to my hair is to put a little edge control on and put on some earrings and lip gloss, and I'm good to go. So that's standard. So another finisher that I want to talk to you about is like a hair butter. I'm going to open this up. This one's from Born Products, and this one's called Lemon Cake Hair Butter. You see, that's like a shea butter cream. Now, this can definitely be used for styling if you're doing like a twist or, even for locks. If you want a richer, more oily product to twist your locks with, then this would be good. But normally I would consider this a finisher. So a creamy shea butter or anything that's like a heavy, maybe coconut oil base or shea butter base or beeswax, I will use that as a finisher. And when I say finish, I mean, if you have a braid out, a twist out, or a roller set, then I would use that last. So once you remove the braids, you remove the rollers, then I would take a little bit of that product and pull it through each curl. So that's how you're going to separate the curls. You just put a little bit on your fingertips, and if it's a twist out, you would just pull it through that strand. So what that does, shea butter and coconut oil in particular, because they're so heavy, they seal the style. Now, a sealant is something that's really, really important when you have a textured style. So if you do this fabulous twist out and then you just take it apart, it's like leaving it open to the elements. So then that's where our finishing creams and, like even a shine serum like this, this is important because this is going to seal. Now, I know a lot of us naturals are afraid of silicone-based products, and that's what these clear shine products are. It's silicones. But silicones are not the devil. Silicones should not be ingested. However, silicones are great for sealing a style. So all they do is sit on top, and they keep the elements out. They keep the moisture out. They keep the dirt from penetrating your hair, and it reflects the sun, so then it'll add shine. So really that's one of the really good purposes. Another benefit of some of the silicone products is it can seal moisture in. So when you go through, you do your deep condition, you put on your leave-in conditioner and your rich styling aids, and if you add the silicone, the shine serum at the end, it seals in all of that work that you did. So it'll actually seal in the moisture and all the good natural healthy products that you used. So that's an important use of all of these, clear shine serums and sheens. So they add shine, but really they're protecting your style. They're protecting the work that you've invested in your style. So those are pomades, oils, butters. Of course, my oil can also be used as a finisher. Like I said many times, I would add the oil just, as a daily finisher. That's to the length of the locks to prevent them from drying out, and then to protect them, to give some UV protection when you go outside as well. So vitamin E is great for that. And that's one of the other uses. So now I want to talk about.
You do have another question.
Sure.
Elizabeth said, I have fine, curly, wavy hair. I would love to keep my natural curly hair shoulder length.
Okay.
So there are products that are good for, I guess, retaining your length. And I'm sure that has to do with moisture.
Well, it has to do with moisture. And it also has to do with upkeep. So upkeep meaning whatever your hair regimen in, I would suggest being on a regular schedule. So it's important to eat healthy, avoid smoking. Smoking and caffeine dehydrate your hair and skin. So if you can avoid those two things, or don't overindulge. Because you're kind of working against yourself. Those are healthy lifestyle things. Frequent shampooing, and to keep the length, you have to be gentle with your hair. So, you would detangle your hair gingerly and gently each time. If you're heavy-handed, you'd have to lighten up, because sometimes it's just combing through your hair too much that can pull it, especially if you have really fine strands. So keeping the length is gonna have to do with you, treating your hair gently, shampooing regularly and often, drinking a lot of water, avoiding caffeine and smoke, in addition to getting trims on a regular basis. So the benefit of a trim is just to eliminate split ends. All it does, and by a trim, I mean like a 1/2 inch or less. See, a trim. See how my fingertip is? Maybe the width of a fingernail. That's a trim at the most. And if you get trims more often, like every 6 weeks or every 8 weeks, you could trim even less. All that does is eliminate the split ends, because when you have a split end, the hair will continue to split and open up. And that's how it'll open up the whole strand of your hair. And that's how you end up with very dense hair at your scalp and strings on the end, because one of these eventually breaks off. So, you know, that's what happens with split ends. So suggestions for products with low porosity hair. I saw that question from Jade, that use heavy product application, but the key is going to be saturating your hair with water. So water, 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 water. And then you won't have to use as much product. And using hot water. So the thing is, if it's low porosity, you have to rinse it for a long time with hot water before the cuticle begins to open up. So once that cuticle opens up, then you go in with your products. So it's not, you know, the product itself usually doesn't open the cuticle. It's usually the heat that's going to open it, and the saturation with water. So it has to be saturated. And another thing you may do is, you know, apply products while your hair is really, really wet. So, you know, you saturate it, rinse, 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 and then go on with your shampoo and conditioner. That's for your shampoo process. So many times for your styling, you're gonna need a wet styling product. So you would spray your hair down, wet it so that that cuticle begins to open up, and then use a gel, like this is a, you know, a clear gel, or like this, see these heavier, like kind of gummy gel type products. Those will work well, and you can layer these. So you can put a little bit of this product, you know, a little bit of gel, a little bit of defining cream, and then go in with a mousse on top of that. So I think what's going to work really well for low porosity hair is layering. You're going to have to put a little bit of this, see what happens, put a little bit more of that, see what happens, and then layer on liquid. So you want to focus on like gels and mousses. So liquid styling products would probably get you to your goal a lot faster.
And I also have question here about twist outs.
Okay.
Products that are good specifically for twist outs.
Now, you're going to get the most definition from a twist out depending on your hair type. So if you have a looser curl, then I would do your twist out wet. So for a tighter curl, you'd want to blow your hair out to stretch it first, and then use a wet styling product. So you're going to blow it out to stretch it, and then use like either a gel, like a gummy gel, or a mousse. So you're going to need a water-based styling product after the hair is stretched. So if you have a tighter curl pattern, you know, like your 4B, 4C, then you're going to stretch your hair first and then use a wet styling product. So now we're talking about 4A, 3C, 3B, then you would twist that out wet. And that's the way you're going to get the most definition. So with the twist outs, normally if you have a tight curl pattern and low porosity, then that's kind of a different monster. Then you're going to need a cream. So a cream kind of has the best of both worlds. It's kind of liquid and oil. So that's only if you have like low porosity, tighter coily hair. And then that's when I'd recommend the cream. We have any other questions?
Yeah, it says, I wear an afro. How can I get a healthy look? Don't want it to look dry. By the way, my hair is gray.
Okay.
So that's a lot rolled into one.
So one of the things that that will help is to repeatedly reactivate it. So when I was talking about like the next day, sprays, like this is a curl refresher or a liquid leave-in, spray that on top of your hair. And you may need to do that every day, especially if you're just starting to wear an afro. So the product kind of has to get saturated into your hair. So you're going to need to re-wet your hair every day or every other day and add more product. So wet it and add more leave-in and then add a little bit more gel. I mean, it doesn't have to be large amounts, but you're going to actually have to add some product to it daily so that it builds up the moisture content. Usually if it looks dry, it's just because it doesn't have enough moisture. And when I say moisture, I'm referring to water. So how much water content, you know, is your hair retaining? And that's going to have to get built up over time. So the more you wet it, then the better it's going to look. You know, it might not look good until, you know, like next Tuesday if you start wetting it today. But it's going to look really moisturized as you do it repeatedly.
Okay. So I know you mentioned earlier that you do consulting, and you also will help people if they have products that they want to know about that are already in their cabinet, or if they have styles they want to achieve, letting
Yes.
them know what those are. Can you tell us how to get in contact with you? How do people book a consultation?
Now, if you go to my Instagram page, which is Jewel Beautiful, so there, if you follow the link in my bio, you can buy products, you can schedule a digital appointment, you can schedule a regular appointment for when the salon reopens, and of course, you can schedule a consultation. So all of those options are available if you just go to Jewel Beautiful on Instagram, and that's JewelBeautyful.
Awesome. And I'll put that in chat if anyone didn't catch it so they could see it. And any final questions or any final thoughts from you, Jamila?
Well, I just want to encourage you to keep trying. I mean, trial and error is just how it works. I hope that this was helpful, just knowing what to, you know, how to categorize the products that you already have, and that I've, you know, given you a little push in the right direction. I'll be glad to answer any more questions, and, you know, hope to see you in the salon or online. And I just want to encourage you to stay beautiful and love what you got.
Thank you so much. Everybody, you all have a wonderful night. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.